Coming into the off season, if you can flash back 5-6 months ago, whatever it was, maybe not even that long ago when the season ended, if we were ranking the Braves top needs, we all put the outfield at number one. Maybe some guys that love pitching put it, but it was the outfield. The correct answer, guys, was the outfield. And this is the exact reason, because we actually went out there and addressed it. Too bad the guy was cheating. And I'm not going to, listen, not even going to talk about Alex Anthopoulos and his, role in all of that signing. We're going to talk strictly about why this was the biggest need. Because you're looking at it right now. Without Jerks and Profar, this outfield is so damn bad. And there are guys on the Braves roster, 2 or 3 every single night, that are starting in the lineup. Jared Kelenic, Stuart Fairchild, Brian De La Cruz, Eli White. That not only should they not be in a starting lineup for a team with playoff aspirations, if you can even say that about the Braves, the 5-12 Braves, they shouldn't even be in the major leagues. These are not major league ball players. Brian De La Cruz was one of the worst baseball players a year ago in all of baseball. Has no business being in the majors anymore. If he goes and figures out Gwinnett, great. Has no business being on a major league roster. He's starting for the Braves every night, half the nights. Eli White's been, a 4A player. He might be the best outfielder outside of Michael Harris on the team right now.
You have a pretty good argument.
Jared Kelenic, what a disaster.
Yeah.
What a disaster that has been. And this is not dumping on Jared Kelenic, because I feel bad watching it, because the talent was there and the expectation was there. It's not happening. It is awful in all aspects. He's been terrible defensively.
He made a good catch last night.
He has one of the most inaccurate arms I've ever seen.
Yeah,
he's like Jeff Francoeur without the firepower out there.
And the local
Stuart Fairchild, my God, man, he looks like a little leaguer out there. And I'm really not trying to dump on these guys.
You are.
But I'm just
You're going through them and shooting them down and go, I'm sorry, I got to kill you right now.
They need to be
put down.
They need to be shot with a paintball gun or something.
It's awful watching the end. And I just did something on it. Go check it out on the site, sportstalkatl.com. I dig into the numbers a little bit more. Mike Harris is included in all of this. And now, obviously, I don't think anybody should be, sounding the alarm that this is the Mike Harris that we're going to get for the entirety of his career. But for right now, he is included in this mess of an outfield. The outfield is making my eyes bleed every single night. Not a single one of them has a positive WAR. The only one who does is Mike Harris, and that is because of his defense. His offensive WAR is pitiful. All of them are at least 50% below league average in WRC plus. Every single one of them.
I believe that if you add up Brian De La Cruz, Jared Kelenic, Stuart Fairchild, and Eli White's RBIs, it's less than 2.
So I just did it, and I didn't look at Fairchild or Eli White, but Kelenic and De La Cruz have 1 RBI. One single RBI, and they have 95 plate appearances.
I can't.
And it was because Kelenic hit a solo home run.
I can't imagine that I can't think of Stuart Fairchild or Eli White having an RBI. Now, obviously, I could be forgetting something, but the Braves haven't scored many runs, so you remember most of them.
And all of the home runs that the Braves are hitting are solo home runs because Austin Riley, Matt Olson, Ozzie Albies, Sean Murphy, those guys are hitting home runs with nobody on base because most of the time the bottom of the lineup just goes up there, swings into the dirt. It is as soon as we get past 6, if Snit has his head out of his butt and puts Drake Baldwin and Sean Murphy in the lineup every single night until Ozuna returns, once you get past 6, you can turn the channel. Go and cook your dinner, take your dog out, go for a walk, go take a poop. You're not missing anything at all. It's the worst thing I've ever seen.
No, because they're not major league hitters.
No,
I don't know what else to say. None of them belong on a major league roster, and they're starting every day for the Braves. Yeah. They bring absolutely nothing to the table offensively, and none of them are outside of maybe Eli White are great defenders. Stuart Fairchild's been slightly above average. Jared Kelenic is probably average.
If you're going off FanGraphs WAR, De La Cruz, I just looked at it. De La Cruz's defensive WAR is less than his offensive WAR, and he has been a 0 at the plate. No RBIs, no extra base hits. We had so many other opportunities to sign a bench piece. And Verdugo not being up at this point is so inexcusable.
It makes no sense. I think that's the entire
Our
point of the
hopes
segment.
and prayers are on the shoulders of Alex Verdugo. Yankees fans, if you're watching this somehow that comes across your plate, maybe a Verdugo in the title, you'll be like, ooh, Verdugo, how's he? We're Atlanta Braves fans, and he has to be Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, until Ronald Acuna Jr. gets back. Yeah. And even then, because I'm telling you, Mike Harris is struggling.
Well, I also said, I said it during the offseason. I was like, the Braves don't just need one outfielder, they need two. And, they went out and they spent the money on Jurickson Profar, which obviously in hindsight was a very, very stupid decision. But they should have also gotten out there, gotten your Adam Duvall, like not literally Adam Duvall anymore, because we know that isn't working out anymore, but like gone out and gotten a Jock Peterson, like a good guy that could actually start. And Verdugo's like a lesser version of them, but we need them. We need him to be a Jock Peterson. I have no idea why he's not out there. I don't know what the hell that these guys need to see that we aren't seeing.
He's hitting in AAA right now. He's hitting well.
That they believe in any of these guys.
I don't know. I have never been more wrong. And listen, you're the baseball savant out of us two. And maybe it was because I just wanted it to work. I've never been more wrong in any sport on anyone. Maybe Richie Grant. I was really high on Richie Grant than Jared Kelenic. I am waving the white flag on that. He is so bad. And, he still plays hard. I'll give him that. At least he's doing that. Some of the Hawks players doesn't even feel like they're playing hard. I've never been more wrong about a player in my life.
Yeah, I think most people, though, thought the Jared Kelenic experience, were excited about the Jared Kelenic experience when it first happened. And, we saw what happened in the first year. And at that point, I had already, I was off the ship because, frankly, he couldn't hit lefties worth a damn. So he's automatically just a guy that can potentially hit against righties. And I thought that still had the potential. I never thought it would look this bad. And I'm sure, there would be a point if they kept letting it bleed out, which they might have to. I don't know. They might have to, that he might get hot, and that might be what they're hoping for. Hey, he just gets hot for like 2 weeks, and
that happened last year.
If there's any guy on of the guys that we mentioned that could potentially get hot and be a good player for 2-3 weeks, it would be Jared Kelenic, because I have absolutely zero faith in everybody else.
We're dangerously close to doing some Savannah Bananas crap and throwing Drake Baldwin out there in left field.
I don't know how it's not at least been brought up in conversations, like behind closed doors.
I'm sure
it has to be
somebody.
If Verdugo comes up and sucks, he's like, which is very possible.
It's very possible. And then, what are you looking at from even the time that Acuna returns to the trade deadline? That left field is going to be a black hole of all black holes.
But also,
and we're not in a position where it's like, oh yeah, the other 7 positions will pick up the slack. Orlando Arcia, the 3 worst hitters, Jared Kelenic, Orlando Arcia, and Brian De La Cruz, the 3 worst hitters on the team, are playing prominent roles on our roster right now.
But also, where does Drake Baldwin slot in, in the future of this team? That's another question the Braves have to answer.
That stick plays. The surface level numbers aren't going to suggest it. That guy, Brian De La Cruz, was the DH in game 1 of this Blue Jay series because Ozuna was out. And people were like, well, it's the pitching matchups. Drake Baldwin was literally better against lefties, and it was a smaller sample size, literally better against lefties last year in AAA Gwinnett than he was against righties. There is no reason Sean Murphy and Drake Baldwin, I don't care about the 2 catchers crap. I do not care. The offense is that bad. They should be in the lineup every single day that Ozuna is not on the, available.
Yeah. I totally, I know people, it's weird to say, but given the situation that the Braves face right now, the unknown of Alex Verdugo, really the unknown of Ronald Acuna as well. If you want any chance of this offense being consistent, unless Acuna comes back and doesn't miss a beat, they got to find a way to get Drake Baldwin in there. That's the reality of the situation. And frankly, they need to find a place for him to play every day.
Maybe we'll play some musical chairs. Matt Olson goes to third, Riley left, Baldwin first.
I don't know what they're going to do. And maybe Marcell Ozuna needs to play left field.
Yeah. I shed another 20 pounds.
It's ridiculous to say, but it's not, given the situation. And all of those things factor in. So I wouldn't be surprised behind closed doors. I don't know if they'll ever pull the trigger. Those conversations have to be being had, though. They have to be.